before him, Mark spent an unpleasant few minutes.
Social networking is going. So without further ado,
Mark Zuckerberg.
So he was very aware that this was the issue, and so we were surprised when he became nervous the way he did.
why are you taking preemptive steps that make me go and check and make sure that I have the control I want?
Sure. Well, I think that how the system is set up is a really important part for how it functions. Right? And before I was talking about how there are these two primary things that people do. They share information with the people around them. It's never been, by default, just your friends. It's always been...
Mark hadn't answered the question at all, but the journalist pushed him.
Regions, most recently. And then the other...
But you didn't answer my question. My question is, you seem to have taken some steps to make more public my information as a Facebook member on your own, by yourself, all of a sudden announcing them.
We just kept asking one after the next, and he refused, I think, to really answer the question. And I think when he didn't, we said, answer the question. We didn't ask that. Answer this question.
And as he wasn't answering the questions, the interview got tougher and tougher.
You get a lot of things. Those emails back in college, they stick to you now, whether you like it or not.
Kara remembers an email Mark had sent 5 years earlier, where he wrote that the Facebook users were very naive to have confidence in him. Mark became upset. He began to sweat.
How do you explain the hubbub around it? How do you, and it must affect you as a person, because...
Yeah, when I was 18 or 19 years old, I did a lot of stupid things, right, when I was in college. And I think, I don't want to make an excuse for that. Right? I did stupid things. I think they're embarrassing, and I'm really sorry that I did them. Some of the things that people accuse me of are true. Some of them aren't. I think a lot of it has been pretty well documented.
Right.
The face smash pranks. Would you like to say which ones are true? I think there's I actually don't even know. Looking back,
Mark was losing it. He was no longer in control of the questions and started sweating even more.
Just started to really sweat, Sweat. That's what he did.
Describe how much he was sweating.
Oh, we called Sweatapalooza. You couldn't see it from the audience, but it was significant and disturbing. And it was one of those things where it was doing this kind of thing, about to come off his nose. And one of my worries was that he was going to faint. He was a little white. He looked a little sick. To me, it was a classic panic attack. He said he was feeling not well later, whatever. It just wasn't good for him.
In an attempt to lighten the mood, Kara took a pause and tried to make a little joke.
It's okay. You want to take off the hoodie?
I never take off the hoodie.
I know you don't. What's with that? There's a group of women in the audience that wish you would.
No.
Girls?
Whoa.
Wiping his forehead, Mark took stock of the situation. He was looking for a way out, but the questions started coming again fast and furious.
Instant personalization thing was that you did, and why you did it, and what's the value of it to your users?
Maybe I should take off the hoodie.
Take off the hoodie.
Go ahead.
You want to? You want? Go ahead.
To gain time, Mark decided to take off his sweatshirt, but he immediately saw it was a mistake.
Yeah, no, it's a thick hoodie. It's a company hoodie. We print our mission on the inside.
What? Oh my
really?
God, the inside of the hoodie, everybody. Take a moment. What is it? Making the
world more open and connected.
Oh my God, it's like a secret
Cool.
cult. Look at that, making the world open and connected. Stream, graph, platform, and this weird symbol in the middle that is probably for the Illuminati.
A mysterious logo praising Facebook's values. Kara tried to make light of things, but that didn't seem enough to ease the tension. The interview was a disaster, and Mark Zuckerberg knew it. Vague, unclear, in a panic, he had been unable to defend himself to the press. This was the very worst kind of publicity. That day, he realized how difficult it was to communicate, and he realized that if he wanted to assume his role as Facebook's CEO well, he had to overcome his unhealthy anxiety. Mark was learning the importance of the image, and his painful training was only just beginning because a film on Facebook's history was in preparation. A feature film that was threatening its reputation even more. Thug, traitor, billionaire, the message was clear. The social network was going to reveal the Facebook controversy to the public.
In action!
Like in this clip where Eduardo Severin discovers that Mark has kicked him out of the company.
Mark! He's wired in.
The film presents Mark Zuckerberg as a genius without scruples, ready to step on those close to him to achieve his ends.
$4 million new shares of stock.
A few months before the film came out, Mark and Facebook were very worried.
Their media strategy at Facebook was ridiculously panicky. I think that first they got up in the filmmaker's face, which was perfect for the filmmakers. Hollywood people like nothing more than a controversy around a movie. It helped sell tickets.
The release of the film was imminent. It might very well dirty Mark Zuckerberg's public image even further. He was terrified at the idea of speaking in public, but he had no choice. He had to go back in front of the TV cameras if he wanted to restore his reputation. But this time he wanted his performance to be a success. So for days he prepared with communications advisors.